check, 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 check.
In audio.
All right, Brady's taking over. You got double. Check this out, guys. Double stream. We're streaming.
Can
the
you
stream.
hear me? How are you doing tonight, Phoenix?
That was my audio. So it's bad.
In audio.
Oh my! Not what I was saying.
In audio. In audio.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, Christina. Thank you. We're just, guys, this will just be a quick.
There's your storm right there. There's your storm. There's your Vince.
We won't be
Storm.
going on very long.
Vince. Storm.
Just wanted to give you
Vince.
guys a
I
little
don't
after
know, guys.
show here.
Vince, this is pretty good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat.
Cooking.
Vince. Storm. Vince, this is cool.
In audio.
Mr. Weather. We'll be starting very shortly here, guys.
In audio.
The area of greatest concern that I have is right just to the south
Getting
of
a couple
downtown
other
Westerville. That's
quick
moving over
things
top of you
set-
guys
oh,
right now as we speak. This is if we get really granular. I was looking at a house here yesterday to buy. So this is an area that is close to home for me. I have family that lives here. I have family that lives out in New Albany. I have friends that live all over this place. So that's, I guess. We'll be starting very shortly, everyone. And now, your local on the Meower. I mean, Boat Guy. Phil, you're behind Boat Guy. He's going to get you through this. People in the chat are loving
That's
Boat
actually
Guy.
really cool.
Jess, Ginger Ninja,
All
the
right, let's
return
kick
of
it
the
off.
boat. Andrew Johnson, you can always trust the guy with the boat. I'm telling you, this guy, Eric Gray,
got a
that guy
dog.
is going fishing no matter what.
Wait. Oh no. And now, your local on the Meower.
The following program is a production of the Stormfront Freaks Network.
In a world where tornadoes and hurricanes and blizzards run rampant, destroying everything in their path, one man, no, and one team of freaks stands in their way, covering it all on one show.
We have a confirmed tornado.
From afar and from up close. That man is Stormcat 5. That team is the Stormfront Freaks. And that show, this show, is Outbreak. And Outbreak starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Outbreak. I'm meteorologist Stormcat 5. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Just wanted to do a quickie, just a quick Thursday night nightcap to talk about the outbreak that we had today. It really wasn't much of an outbreak. That's what we'll talk about. That's what we'll get into. I want to talk about today. I want to show you what we got cooking, and then I also want to show you what we could have tomorrow. And we're going to be live here tomorrow. I'll also be live over on Reed Stream. So I'm going to try to figure it out. I might be chasing too. To be honest, guys, I haven't figured it out yet. But this is the current visible satellite that we have right now. And what a view! This is, you can tell. Here's the states. There's Ohio. There's Indiana. There's Illinois. Here were the storms that Reed and team were chasing earlier. If you were watching that Team Dominator stream. And notice how they're really not looking that impressive anymore. Look at these down here, just exploding along a cold front. You've got this low pressure up in here. You've got a warm front that's up here. You've also got a cold front that's draped right in there. And right along that cold front is where you have those storms. You've got warm, moist air coming up. I'm here in Ohio, and I can tell you there is very warm, moist air that is streaming up from the Gulf. And that warm air is mixing with some cooler, drier air on the backside. And where those two clash, that's where you had storms today. And that's where you'll have storms potentially tomorrow. So just wanted to show you guys this satellite view. Check it out. We got Princess Leia, Carol, Robbie, Jessica, Liam, Misty in the chat. Oh my goodness, Liam, happy birthday, brother. Guys, let's get the happy birthdays to Liam. Go to the chat. Happy birthday, Liam. Oh my goodness. Who knows? I might be playing my recorder here in a sec. Guys, let's spam those happy birthdays to Liam. Huge shout out to Liam. Here are the storms that are coming right at Chicago. Now, these storms, look at them just exploding. And they're kind of by themselves a little bit. So that's why I'm a little concerned. Not too concerned just yet about Chicago. But that is the current satellite view. And I bet you if you're in Chicago, you see these big time storms coming your way. So that's pretty cool. If you're there and you are in Chicago and you want to send me a picture, go ahead and do it at Twitter at Stormcat5 or send it to this. Actually, just send it to me because I don't think Phil will be watching. But that is a really cool shot of storms kind of firing right along that dry line. Okay, what do we have in terms of radar right now? Well, we don't really have thankfully, it doesn't look like the outbreak materialized like, it didn't hit its ceiling, right? You always talk about, whenever you talk about severe weather outbreaks, you like to say, okay, there's a ceiling and a floor, right? That's with anything, right? You could have a football game, right? And it could be, the team did great or the team did horrible. The outbreak that we had today was kind of like, well, that is weird. There was some weird audio right there. I don't know if you guys heard that. But, here's the ceiling, here's the floor. This is kind of where it went today. It didn't really perform that well, which is good for the people of Wisconsin. There is a tornado warning that we're watching up here in this is just to the north of Antigo, Wisconsin. And, oh yeah, Dan, I'm on, I don't know if you're watching right now, Dan. But and they just allowed that to expire. So literally right when I called it out, that tornado warning is now gone. The main events for the storms tonight are quickly shifting to the south. Here's what we got going on in Chicago right now. Not a lot. These storms really aren't that big of a deal just yet. 60-mile-an-hour winds, severe thunderstorm warning just to the north of Chicago, but they're not rotating like we thought they could have. So until those storms push through Chicago, you're not out of the woods just yet. But it's definitely underperforming down here in Illinois so far. Now, these storms further off to the south near Bloomington and to the south into Canner, all the way into St. Louis, we've got a little bit of showers moving through there. But all of these are severe thunderstorm warned. So these storms are very messy. You're right, Mr. Weather. These storms are very messy. It's a messy storm mode. Michelle Downs checking in the chat. So far, we've done pretty good. And if you guys for those that were watching over on Reed's stream where I was live for most of the afternoon and evening, Reed was up here chasing this action. He was up here chasing these storms. And you're right, Mr. Weather, that was very, very messy up there. And thankfully, the storms kind of got in their own way. They got in each other's way. It's like a crowded restaurant you're a crowded subway and you're all fighting for that same position. You're punching the guy next to you, giving him a bow, right? That's what the storms were doing to each other, preventing themselves from thankfully forming into tornadoes. Now, once this line that is right now just slamming its way across Lake Michigan, once this gets to the other side of Michigan, you're probably going to have tornado warnings somewhere in that line, because this is still spinning. This line is still spinning. And once it gets past the lake, so, anywhere from Grand Haven to Big Rapids to Cedar Rapids, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo. I don't know what that sound is in my ear. Hopefully you're not hearing that ridiculous sound. But even down into Kalamazoo, you're going to get some good storms there as we go in the next hour or two. So heads up in western Michigan. Your guys' threat's kind of just beginning. And then same thing with northern Illinois, where we do have a tornado watch in play. Let me just show you what we got. So anything that you see here, any of these purple boxes, Liam. Oh my God, Liam. Liam is kicking it off. Liam is, thank you, Liam. Happy birthday, Liam. I should be giving you donations on your birthday. Thank you, my friend. But these purple boxes that you see right here, W's in the chat for Liam. All three of those are our 3 tornado watches that we have. Now, they just issued this one here in western Michigan. And that, I think, is going to go, let's see how long that watch goes till. That watch is going to go, W's. That's right, Sin. W's in the chat for Liam. Let me just refresh that to see how long that watch goes till. That is a tornado watch, and that goes 3 a.m. All right, 3 a.m. Central Eastern. So that tornado watch that in Michigan goes till 3 a.m. Eastern, and then you've got 2 other tornado watches, one right here, one right here. Whoa. And new tornado warning. Uh-oh. Hopefully this audio. Is this audio completely garbled for you? Okay, never mind. It's good. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. But we did just get a new tornado warning here. That's for Illinois, just to the west of Champaign. So let's go ahead and go to that real quick. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to talk about this tornado warning really quickly, and then I'm going to show you what we can expect tomorrow, because tomorrow could be a very big day. Here is that tornado warning that we just got. Oh, thank you, Stormy JP. Epic. Hey, Stormy JP, this is your first time, I think, checking in the channel. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Be safe and rock on. That's right. Rock on. W's in the chat. So here's the tornado warning just to the northwest of Decanter. And once again, if you're a member here, you know what I'm going to say. Spam it in the chat if you are a member here. Notches make NATOs. Yes, Christina. Oh, thank you. I'll be there tomorrow. Don't worry. Robbie, thank you, my friend. Here's the notch, guys. Notches make NATOs. That's right. Tobias is checking in. Here's where we've got your rotation. There's where your tornado would be. Let's check it out in velocity. Okay, so pretty broad rotation. I'm not seeing anything. God, that is so garbled. I don't know if you're hearing that. But here's your rotation right here. Once again, guys, what we're looking at, this is winds. So the radar is going out and hitting the air, and it's like, okay, I'm going to calculate how much, high the wind speed is. The red, the brighter the red, the stronger the wind, and that wind is going away from the radar. So the radar's up here in Lincoln. You guys can't see, I just circled it. The radar's up here in Lincoln, right here. And so this wind is going this way, right with that arrow. And then the green is going towards the radar. So you got that wind going that way. So there's your rotation. That storm itself is rotating, and your tornado would be somewhere right in there near Harristown, which is my last name. So that is where that tornado could be. But once again, I'm not seeing anything that's like, okay, there's a tornado on the ground just yet. Wow. I don't think that's debris. I really don't think that's debris. I think that's just noise. This is the correlation coefficient. This is like, okay, is there debris in the air? Is there not? You generally look for, black, blue. Honestly, you look for that this like ball right there, but I don't know. Oh, Dan. Yeah, Dan, I may not be live much. Okay, that's gone now. I may not be live for much longer, but let me send you a link. I'm going to get you back on that. So I'll watch this tornado, potential tornado near Decanter, but I'm mildly concerned about this. If you live in Decanter or just north near Forsyth, Marina, Argenta, this is all in central Illinois. You need to take shelter. Take this seriously. Once again, Chicago, you're about to have some storms move through. I know we've got some people there in Chicago, but that's what we got cooking right now. So if you guys are in any of these, if you are in the path of any of these storms, please let me know in the chat, because I like to hit on, if I know there's someone in that tornado warning, I'm going to go street by street and tell you exactly what you need to know. But if there's no one in that tornado warning, I don't just want to, say get to your basement if we got no one that needs to get to their basement. Right? So if you are in that tornado warning and you can safely chat, let me know. Outside of that, guys, we don't have any other tornado warnings. We did have a couple more. We did have some in, of all places, North Carolina earlier today. That was, if you're on Read Stream, you caught us talking a little bit about that. But let me go back and show you. We had some pretty nasty storms. At one point, we had an observed tornado warning. That just means a tornado is on the ground. Someone saw it. I mean, look at these storms near Kitty Hawk, Nag's Head. I vacationed there. I used to vacation there all the time. And that's when we had some of these storms that kind of produced a tornado earlier here in North Carolina. And thankfully, that threat really waned as there was I think that looks like some sort of boundary that those storms rode right along. Watch these storms this is actually really cool. Look at this. Watch, this is actually really freaking cool. So they kind of formed, this was about 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And see this like right, let me circle it. Wait, hold on. Need to get my circle-y thing. Look like, hang on. Look like right in there. See that thing? See that like right in there, that little like boundary? Watch as that worked its way up north and then collided with those storms. That's when they went ballistic. And that's when they produced a couple of tornadoes up there. And so that's really interesting. That's what they mean by when we say boundary. See that little like line on the radar? That's winds coming up from the south. When those fed into those storms, that gave it the kick they needed to produce a tornado. Oh, Liam. Okay, I made that thing way too big. It is so big on the screen. I gotta make that smaller, I think. W's in the chat for Liam right there, guys. There is a funnel reported from a train weather spotter on the tornado warning. Hang on, let's double check that. Where is that on a spotter report, Mr. Weather? Because I'm not seeing that on the warning. That could be on the spotter report. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that box a little bit smaller because that is just like takes up the whole freaking screen. Oh God. Yeah, Holly says the winds here in Wisconsin are becoming the east. Yeah, and Holly, that's that low that's up here. Those winds are just coming up from the south. Although now that front is through, the winds now should be starting to wrap. Let me just pull up the full sight radar. So look at this. This is all part of this really big time storm system here, guys. Look, it goes all the way up into North Dakota. That is, oh, Carol, I know. Dan, we got to get Dan in here. Hold on. Okay, hold on. But this is what we got cooking up here. So this is that low. You've got your warm front right in there, and then you've got your cold front that's draped right through there. So you got warm, moist air coming up right here, and then you've got cold air wrapping around the backside. Oh, God. Dang it, Liam. Oh, God, it's so big. Tomorrow, yeah. Adam Woodsman, I agree. I agree. Tomorrow will be the main event, at least for the weekend, and then Sunday and Monday we'll be looking at another big time storm system. But tomorrow, let me just show you. Let me give you an idea about tomorrow, because we still do have that tornado warning for today. Right now, just to the west of Decanter. I'm not too concerned about that just yet. We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe one of our mods can keep an eye on it. Let me know if this thing is looking mean. But right now, it just looks like a really strong pocket of winds and maybe a little spin up right in there, right on that little notch right there, guys, right where that would be. Eli sent me a Discord message. Okay, hold on, Eli. Okay, so we did get with this storm, we did get a train weather spotter that did report a funnel, but this is still a radar indicated tornado warning, and right now it's not showing any like significant signs that it's on the ground just yet. And I'm not seeing any debris. There is some rotation, it's weaker, but there could be a little tornado buried in rain back in there. All right. Let me show you what we got cooking for tomorrow. Wow, this satellite is just so beautiful. Hold on, let's put on the veggie. No, not the, this is called the veggie. I don't even know why they call it like this. Hold on. This is the dirty. This is the dirty radar that we're looking at right now. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful shot of these storms. Justin, welcome, brother. This is the dirty radar that we're looking at right now. And this is like the shot from space, but just different colors. Christina says we only get earthquakes in Cali. I'm going to be honest, that kind of sucks because earthquakes, you don't go earthquake chasing, and earthquakes kind of scare the bejesus out of me. So, okay. All right, let me show you what we got cooking for tomorrow. Let's go ahead. Okay, so this was today. This was the outlook today. The wording on the Storm Prediction Center is very confusing. And the orange that you're seeing right now, just zoom in a little bit. The orange that you're seeing right now, that's like a enhanced risk. This that I'm circling right in here that I'm kind of drawing on, that's a 3 out of 5, right? So this is like a 3 out of 5. Hold on. Let's see if I can draw it on there. The yellow is a 2 out of 5. So right in here. Gosh, it's so hard to write numbers. Okay, that's a 2 out of 5. The green, that's a 1 out of 5. So the higher the number, like the 1 out of 5, that's like the lowest level you can get. And then the 2 out of 5 is like, yeah, kind of we're getting there. That's a slight. The 3 out of 5, that's enhanced. That's like, okay, things are getting real. Tomorrow, so this was today. So today they had that enhanced risk up in Wisconsin, Chicago, northern Indiana, and then western Michigan. Tomorrow we've got this. That red, we've got the 1 out of 5, we've got the 2 out of 5, we've got the 3 out of 5, but that red right there, right in here, that is a 4 out of 5. That's a moderate. So the wording doesn't make any sense because you've got, marginal, slight. Okay, that makes sense so far. Then you've got enhanced. That's 3 out of 5. And then you've got moderate. How do you moderate, enhanced? What's the difference? It's very confusing, but just pay attention. The red is 4 out of 5. And that's a moderate risk for tomorrow. And tomorrow could be a very big day with several complexes of storms that move through. Let me just show you the main risks for tomorrow. So we've got this really big time
thunderstorm warning has been issued.
News severe thunderstorm warning. This hatched risk, this is a 10%. I could see them upgrading this to a 15% risk. What does that yellow mean? That yellow is with any point. So let's just pick this point right here that I'm pointing at right now. You go 25 miles in any direction, you've got a 10% chance of seeing a strong EF2 plus tornado. That's what these like little slashes that I'm showing you right where my finger is. That slash means, okay, we've got a chance of seeing a strong EF2 plus tornado. So that's tomorrow. And that includes some pretty big time cities Let me get a better view of that to show you the cities that those include. Okay. Oh, God. I have to make that smaller. Okay, making it smaller. All right, there we go. All right, we made it a little smaller. Thank you, Liam. W is in the chat for Liam. So, guys, tomorrow, the cities that this... Let me just shift this over. Whoa. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so some of the cities that this includes, Cincinnati, Ohio. You're in on this action. Indianapolis, you're right on the edge of it. Paducah, Kentucky, you're right in the heart of it. And Louisville, Kentucky, you're also right in the heart of it. So those are some of the bigger cities that are at risk for some strong tornadoes tomorrow. But, I mean, even in the brown, that's a 5% risk. So places like Columbus, that's where I'm at. Jackson, Kentucky, Springfield, Missouri, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, even up here near Cleveland, Ohio, and even in Pittsburgh, you guys have a non-zero risk for tornadoes. Now, I think the biggest threat by far is in that yellow. Everywhere else, kind of a decent chance. 2% W's. But here's the reason why we've got a moderate risk tomorrow, at least at this point. See that scary purple? This is wind now. So we were just looking at this is the severe wind outlook. We were just looking at the chances for tornadoes. This is the chances of getting damaging winds. That's winds over 70 miles an hour. And that purple right there is almost like certain that you're going to get very strong winds with those storms tomorrow. So tornadoes are possible tomorrow, but if you live, from Springfield through St. Louis, through Paducah, you're going to get some storms tomorrow, and they're going to pack a punch. And that punch could be winds of 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. That's close to hurricane force. Even if you don't see a tornado tomorrow, it's very likely you will get some very strong winds. Gorilla hail and a high wind given. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is almost a given tomorrow. If you get hit by a storm, you're going to get really strong wind if you live in that if you live in that purple or that red area. If you get a storm, you're going to get ridiculously strong wind. And also some big time hail too. Let's look at the hail threat. This is the hail threat for tomorrow. That red, that's a good hail threat. So places like Cincinnati, Louisville, Paducah, St. Louis, once again, Indianapolis, that scary red color, that's at least a 30 to 40% chance that you're going to get significant hail greater than 2 inches in diameter. Guys, that's ping pong, I can never say it, ping pong ball sized hail. Okay, hang on. Okay, so that's tomorrow. Now I want to time it out. Let's go ahead and time this thing out for you guys to show you exactly when this is going to come. Chad, I want to know, does anyone live in that risk? Is anyone at risk tomorrow for seeing storms? Let me know. Okay. So here's what we're expecting. Angela, what up? Angela's going to be in my neck of the woods. Okay, CVG, that's Swamp Fox. That's Cincinnati, right? I'm pretty sure. Or like northern Kentucky.
Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Jackson Center, Ohio. No, okay. Please make a ping pong bong. Okay, make pay. I will. So this is today. This is later on tonight. Michigan's going to get hit very hard. All of Michigan's going to get hit very hard by some very strong storms. These are going to pack a punch, strong winds, maybe some hail, maybe a couple of tornadoes later on tonight. And then as we go into the overnight hours, the storms down here in central Illinois, this model says they'll dissipate. So I'm not too worried about those. But watch as we go into the day tomorrow. I'm going to switch models here. By around 1, maybe noon central, check it out. See that little kind of complex of storms that forms right down there in Missouri? That's going to kick things off in a big way. Watch what happens as we go 1, 2, 3. Those really pick up. I mean, a huge complex of storms starts forming, and that complex will be in a primed environment for tornadoes and very strong winds and large hail. Look how strong that line is. And we could have a couple of rounds, actually. We've got this initial line that moves through. We've got a complex up here in Illinois going into Indiana. And then as we get into Friday evening, this is, everyone's getting off work, all excited for the weekend. You're going to have another round of storms that moves through. Watch behind it. Another line kind of pops right along that cold front. And that second line could actually be where a lot of our tornadoes form. Excuse me, I need to get a tissue. My allergies are killing me. Wow. Okay, so we got Cincinnati tomorrow, Jackson Center, Ohio, Carmel. I think, is that Carmel, Ohio? Who else is in this risk for tomorrow? Looks like Caitlin is as well. I know allergies are the worst. I hate them. But watch, and let me show you why I'm so concerned for tomorrow, because you guys I often will show this. This is the significant tornado parameter. Don't get all wrapped up in exactly what this is. Just know, let's just simplify it really, down as simple as you can make it. The more purple, the more red, the better the conditions are for tornadoes. That's all you got to know. That's really all you got to know. So this scary purple red color, that is not good. That's actually tomorrow morning. Watch as we go into tomorrow afternoon, how that purple red and that bright, almost pink, right? That means that's pretty much maxed out tornado parameters will occur right down here in that moderate risk. And then they'll move actually into Ohio once we get to about 9 p.m. So I'm going to have to watch that. But then look down here. There's going to be two kind of areas. This area down there, right along that cold front, and then another one draped right along that warm front up there in Ohio. So you'll have a low right here. You'll have kind of a mini warm front forming right there. You'll have a cold front right there. And you're going to have possible tornadoes in this region and then possible tornadoes in that region. So that's tomorrow, and that's why things could be tomorrow definitely looks worse than today, for sure. And, and we've already seen today kind of, it didn't bust, but it didn't really materialize like we thought it could. And if I go to the storm prediction reports, so what I'm looking at now, guys, is how many tornado reports have we had so far today? Let's go ahead. Let's pull it up. This is as of today. Okay, we've had 11. Let's zoom in. Okay, we've had 11 tornado reports so far. That's okay. That's not a bust. The tornado reports that we've had are these little red dots you see.
Has issued a
new tornado warning. Got a couple up here in Minnesota.
Tornado warning for Southern Piatt County in central Illinois,
Wisconsin.
northeastern Macon County in central Illinois.
New tornado warning in Illinois. I would bet that's an extension. I'd bet anything that's an extension of the decanter warning. Subscribed. Live Oak, Florida. Brother, welcome to the stream. But this was the tornado reports that we had for today. Any of those red dots you see on the map that I circled, that's where your tornadoes were today. That's where they were reported. Now, oftentimes you can get more reports as the night goes on. I would bet we will, but right now that's where it stands. Danville and Rossville, Illinois. Okay, let's just quickly take a look at this tornado warning really fast. We just got to make sure we're okay here. Okay, and boom, look at that. It was an extension. So that new tornado warning that we got. Oh, whoa, there you go. That new tornado warning that we got there. Also, guys, did anyone join on stream when Reed was getting out of the car? Little bathroom break. That was pretty epic. That new tornado warning that we have is for this storm right here, which it's a notch right there, guys. That is a notch. And what do notches make? Notches make NATOs. So that is a tornado warning. That's our newest tornado warning that we have. That's just an extension of the old warning. And that is just to the east of Decanter, Illinois, near Sierra Gordo. Is right in the path of this storm. Beaumont is also right in the path of this storm. Notches, Magnetos, exactly. That is where this storm is headed. And eventually it's going to make its way into Villa Grove. It's probably going to go south of Urbana, but that's where that storm is going right now. If you look at velocity, it's trying, and you've got air surging out like this. They've got air coming up from the south, and that's where your rotation is, right in there. But it's just doesn't look particularly strong. Exactly, Brandon. This thing definitely has a notch right where inflow is working its way into the storm, and that's where the inflow is coming in. And you've got the outflow wrapping around this way. But right now, it doesn't look particularly strong. Maybe enough to give it a warning, but it's radar indicated at this point. They don't have any signs that this thing is on the ground, and I can't see any signs that it's on the ground either. All right, Chicago. Chicago's getting your storms right now. These are not too bad at all. Probably some lightning, maybe some small hail, but although they kind of, they definitely look. There's a couple of them that look like mini supercells here. Like that one. That one actually doesn't look. This one just this one just to the west of Maryville is starting to get organized here. But does anyone have any questions for tomorrow, guys? Does anyone live in any of these areas? Is anyone concerned about tomorrow? I'm concerned. If you do want to support us here too at the channel, we've got a lot of new members, so take advantage of all those emotes. If you do want to become a member, it's just $5 a month. So check it out. You've got a lot of new emotes. We've also got a $15 level as well. So that helps us out tremendously. Thank you to all of our existing members. We're going to go ahead and put those on the scroll bar at the bottom. Those are all of our members that we got. We've got a lot of them. We've got so many members now that we're, Ubi had an epic gift. But we've had so many members. We have to make 2 scroll bars. So there's a lot of you now, which is pretty epic. It is, Carol. It's definitely a broad area of rotation. Go ahead and put your favorite emotes in the chat for all of our members, guys. And hey, I hope if you can learn about radar by watching this stream, I have done my job, right? If you can kind of all become meteorologists, like mini meteorologists, that is huge, because then you can look at your own warning. You can tell all your friends. You can help educate people. The more people know about weather, the safer people can be, right? Because there's a scary stat that over 50% of Americans don't know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. That sucks. That big time sucks. But else than that, guys, weather's pretty outside of the Midwest right now, and to some extent the Carolinas, North Carolina, and Virginia. Things are pretty calm elsewhere. No problem, Michelle. Michelle, no problem at all. How's Iowa look for Sunday, Monday? Okay. Yeah, and that's one other thing, guys, is Sunday and Monday, we already have risks for more severe weather that is so big. Okay, let's unzoom. Okay, let's unzoom. Actually, wait, hold on. I got to text someone. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go back and add that one, Caitlin. Okay, let me show you Sunday and Monday. Be nadir aware. I agree. Yeah, we have risks for Sunday, we've got risks for Monday, and we've got risks for Tuesday. So here's Sunday. Let me zoom down a little bit. There you go. This is Sunday. So Oklahoma, Kansas, Sunday. Iowa, you're fine Sunday. This is Monday, a little bit further to the east. Iowa, you're still fine. Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Nebraska. All the storm chasers are going to be really happy because they're going to be able to just sit in one spot. And then this is Tuesday. Missouri, Arkansas, maybe into Iowa. But I wouldn't be, if you're in Iowa, I think you're probably fine. For now. Things always can change over time. But things always are change over time. So if they do, and the risk goes a little bit further to the north, that's always a possibility. But right now, Iowa looks fine. But Saturday might be our only break for severe weather. And even then, I think we still have severe weather that is expected on Saturday down in Texas, right there with that slight risk. So even though Saturday is a quote unquote break, still could be some good quality storms down there in Texas. So then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday look to be very busy. And I will be very busy here on the channel as well. So guys, if it is your first time, I think for a lot of you, it's probably not. But if it is your first time, I put out almost, daily or every other day, I put out forecast videos. So make sure you check out those forecast videos. I lay everything all the models that I've been showing, all the resources I've been showing. I always will put them here in this playlist, the weather forecast discussion playlist. I try to make the thumbnails a little entertaining too, to make you laugh. But check those out as well. We've also got, if you want to watch replays of these live streams, we've got a playlist for that. If you want to watch episodes of our podcast, because that's how this thing all started, we've got a pretty epic podcast. We've had the biggest names in weather, including Reed Timmer. I think we've had Reed on like twice. We've had Ken Torrey on like 3 times. But check out those podcast episodes as well. This is that playlist. And then the rest of this stuff is all just kind of fun stuff. And make sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. Shout out to Phil. That's right. Someone asked, what was the outlook for tomorrow? This is the outlook for tomorrow. Tomorrow's moderate risk right now. This is the outlook for tomorrow. And
wow,
kind of right there.
massive.
Christina, yes. Epic. Welcome to the family, Christina. We're going to have to get you added to that scroll bar at the bottom. This is the outlook for tomorrow, Misty. We've got this moderate risk, and that's what we got cooking. My area tomorrow? Ooh, Perseus. Oh yeah, I watched Pico's Hank. Are you kidding me? I've binge watched him on YouTube. So it's pretty epic. W's in the chat for Christina. All right. We're gonna do. Liam, are you still in the chat, brother? Scrooge McDuck. All right, Liam, this is for you, brother. You ready? Guys, let's spam happy birthday to Liam in the chat. Happy birthday, Liam! Boom! That is the extent of my musical talent right there. All in one instrument. In a very practical instrument that you can play in so many different areas. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, we've officially gone off the rails here. And if you do live, just do one last PSA here. If you do live in Western Michigan, if you do live in Illinois, if you do live in Indiana, today, have a way to get weather warnings because we've got tornado warnings out right now, and we could have some more into the evening. So make sure you got it, your phone or weather radio, and just have a way to get warnings. If you do get a tornado warning, go have a plan in place. That plan should be go to a basement, the most interior room of your house with no windows. So that is what we got. Patriot. Oh, thank you. All right, guys. Well, that's about it for us here at the Stormfront Freaks Network. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'm going to be live on Reed Stream tomorrow. We'll probably do something similar to this that we did today. We'll probably do that tomorrow. So thank you, all of you, from the bottom of my heart for being here. I'm Stormcat 5. See you on the next one. Wait, I can't find the video. Hold on, let's do that again. This is Stormcat 5. I'll see you on the next one. Uh-oh. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. It's me, Stormcat 5. You watched us all day on Reach Channel, then you came over here and we had fun. Good night, Erin. Swampbox48 just put an emo in the chat. Isn't that just great? Caitlin, Owen, Scott, he's in the clear southwest of Juliet, Illinois. Oh, goodbye, Mr. Weather. Oh, Princess Leia. Sweet Kitty Dreams, Stormcat. What? Carol's checking in. Scott is having fun. This is so lit. About to go quit. About to call it quits for the night. That's right. Ooh. Will Jordan hit an animal? I don't know. Hopefully not. This is giving ending of Titanic. What? Oh, man. Tobias, peace out, brother. We vibing. I'm trying. I ain't lying. It's time for me to go eat some food. Good night, sea lover. Sea wolf. What's a sea wolf? Oh, God. Oh, harmonize, everyone. Oh, sing it in the chat. Sing in the chat. Oh.